What's up, everybody? It's a Side After Dark back at you with another reaction. This time we're checking out Porcupine Tree once again. The song is called Time Flies, and it was selected by our patron Paul Fenwick. Shout out to you. Guys, if you don't know, all of our reactions are chosen by our patrons on Patreon, so go check us out over there. We do a lot of lesser known songs, so the support from the patrons really helps us a lot to continue doing this. So we appreciate all of you. But without any further ado, let's check out the song.
I was born in '67, the year of Sergeant Pepper, and all you experienced. Into a suburb of heaven, yeah, and it should have been forever. It all seemed to make so much sense. But after a while, you realize time flies. And the best thing that you can do is take whatever comes to you. 'Cause time flies. Luck is all you make it. You just reach out and take it. Now let's dance a while. She said nothing ever happens if you don't make it happen. And if you can't laugh, then smile. But after a while, you realize time flies. And the best thing that you can do is take whatever comes to you. 'Cause time flies. And laughing under summer showers, still the way I see you now. you stop smoking your cigar. But after a while, you realize time flies. And the best thing that you can do is take whatever comes to you. 'Cause time flies. And the coach you are to altar towers is still the way I see you now.
Time flies.
Time
Yeah.
does fly, just like that song.
Oh my gosh.
It definitely didn't feel like 11 minutes.
No, it didn't. I thought it was ending at the halfway mark, and then, like, when I put the time.
Gotcha.
Yeah, exactly. It was just going into a nice break. The song had so many different levels. One, I love the melodicness of his voice.
hmm
That was cool, but the song had so many kind of different rock versions merged into a really contemporary rock song. Like the riff, the da-da-da-da, da-da-da-da, that could easily be metal, you know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Heavy metal. Like that was amazing. Because everything else was so dreamy and melodic. Do, 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 do.
Yeah,
All the
yeah.
other sounds were just so happy. And then that grounding riff, that was pretty intense. I was trying to figure out a new. It's like on the verge of a new rock genre. I was like, is this like melodic metal,
It's like
contemporary metal?
melodic, progressive melodic metal.
Like, yeah, right. Yeah,
Prog mel. I don't know. There's something
yeah.
there. There's something in there
It's
somewhere.
yeah, but they had it, whatever it was.
Yeah, the thing I always love about them, and definitely it's on display a lot in this song. We've done a few different songs from them at this point.
Yeah.
But the thing that always stands out to me is the way that they're able to use so many textures. I guess
Mm-hmm.
I would say the way this sounds like I'm talking about like a meat or something, but the way they texturize the music,
Yeah.
it's like because it's kind of like you're saying, like how they have that like that heavy riff juxtaposed to all this other different stuff. Like you have like the acoustic guitar doing like the strumming pattern, and then
Mm-hmm.
that and then when the distorted comes in, the distorted guitar comes in, it makes everything seem so much crazier, and makes it seem so much more dynamic. Because even if you
Mm-hmm.
had that acoustic strumming, if that was electric, and then you just have more electric guitars come over, it doesn't feel as different, it doesn't feel as big. But
Yeah.
having the acoustic and then all the electric instruments all coming in at the same time, it just feels like, whoa, this is encompassing like a whole spectrum of audio qualities and sound, and you know what I mean? It just makes everything feel so much more grand.
Yeah, I think so too. I loved also the way they did the hook. Every time I heard it, it was beautiful. It's like it's very nostalgic.
Time flies.
Yeah.
Yeah. It sounds like you realizing that your life is going faster than you thought it would.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
Yeah, they really nailed that.
they did. I thought that was cool. And then it also made me think of all the different sayings about time. So that's what I want people to put it down in the comments. What are the sayings of time that you know? Like I know time waits for no man. They say that all the time.
Does time wait for women or no?
No,
Oh.
no. Wait, no, it does. Because we take longer to get ready, so time does wait for us. Yeah.
What? I didn't know that. I've never heard of that before. Yeah, no, overall, I mean, it's a great song. It really takes you away, it really brings you on a journey, and really puts you in, again, they kind of puts you in that like nostalgic kind of mood of like, oh man, like time really does fly. And you start thinking
Yeah.
about like your life and things that you've done and things that you want to do still, you know what I mean?
Yeah. And I know they put into play how time affects you.
Mhm.
Whether you have all the time in the world, whether you have just enough time, whether you don't have enough time. I feel like that was all in the music as well. We had moments
Yeah.
where we were just chilling. We had moments where we were like on the edge of our seat, and then somewhere in between.
Moments where you're getting stuff done.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, that's true. No, they're definitely masters of what they do.
Hmm.
Nobody does exactly what they do. You know, I've heard a lot of progressive rock. I've heard a lot of non-progressive rock, I guess, more like straightforward rock. But they tote this line. I've heard a lot of electronic music, but they kind of weave in and out like seamlessly. You
Yeah.
know, they never
Hmm.
really fit into one thing, and I always love that.
Hmm.
Hell yeah! So shout out to Paul. Shout out to Porcupine Tree. Shout out to Time.
Hmm.
Shout out to all of you for watching. We're S.A.D. After Dark, and we'll see you soon. Thanks so much for watching. If you made it to this point in the video, definitely make sure you like, subscribe, comment, all of that good stuff. It really helps us out a lot.
And guys, you got to check out our merch. We've got all the links below for all our S.A.D. After Dark merchandise. You've got to get something.
Check us out on Patreon. All of our patrons help to determine what content we make. We put bonus content on there, and every single dollar helps us to continue making content like this.
Don't forget to listen to our music. Everywhere where you stream music, S.A.D. After Dark appears. So check out our music on all streaming platforms.
See you soon.